Hello, welcome to Astronautics for Exploit. This is Dr. Ayoshola Ogundele. Mars missions, the future. Missions to unlock Mars' abundant natural resources. The focus points of my presentation are as follows. Mars future missions and list of future Mars missions. Over the years, humans have been dreaming of living and working in space. To actualize this dream, various future Mars and Moon missions are being mapped out by various government and private space agencies. Future Mars missions are being planned to enrich humans' knowledge about Mars, preparation for the eventual crewed mission to the Mars, scientific discoveries, to have a better understanding about the formation and early evolution of Mars as a planet, the history of geological processes that have shaped Mars through time, the potential for Mars to have hosted life, and the future exploration of Mars by humans. Some of the planned future Mars missions are Martian Moon's exploration, Escape and Plasma Acceleration and Dynamics Explorer mission, Mars Orbital Mission 2, Tianwen 2, Tianwen 3, TEREX Explorer, ExoMars, Starship, Deimos and crewed missions, Deimos and Phobos Interior Explorer, Mars MetNet, and Mars Exploration Ice Mapper. The MMS mission is a robotic space probe set for launch in 2024 to bring back the first samples from Mars' largest moon, Phobos. The mission objective is to provide key information to help determine whether the Martian moons are captured asteroids or the result of a larger body hitting Mars. ESCAPADE is a planned spacecraft mission to Mars consisting of two spacecraft known as Blue and Gold, with goals to understand the processes controlling the structure of Mars' hybrid magnetosphere and how it guides ion flows, and to understand how energy and momentum are transported from the solar wind through Mars' magnetosphere. The TEREX mission is a planned orbital and lander that will be carrying a Tera-hertz sensor to the surface of Mars to measure the oxygen isotope ratios of various molecules in the Martian atmosphere. The Mars Exploration Ice Mapper is a proposed Mars orbital, a mission to search for ice deposits under the surface of Mars. Mars future missions. Presently, various manned and unmanned future Mars missions are being planned and developed. The future Mars missions are missions geared towards the benefit of humankind. NASA is aiming to launch astronauts to Mars by late 2030s or early 2040s, and efforts are being geared towards achieving this goal. The picture here shows artist illustration of a crewed outpost on Mars. List of future Mars missions. There are various Mars missions that are designed for future. Some of them are Mars Exploration Ice Mapper, Psyche, ExoMars, Martian Moon Exploration, Melos Rover, TEREX 1, Tianwen 2 and 3, Mars Orbital Mission 2, Search Revolution, Mars Grunt, Icebreaker Life, NASA ExoMars Sample Return, Starship Demon and Crew Missions, Next Mars Orbital, Deimos and Phobos Interior Explorer, and Mars NetMet, and Mars NetMet Program. Mars Exploration Ice Mapper. The International Mars Ice Mapper mission is a proposed Mars orbital being developed by NASA in collaboration with the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, the Canadian Space Agency, and the Italian Space Agency. Exploration Precursor Mission. IMIM is an exploration precursion mission. Comparing it to the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbital mission, the mission was envisioned to be launched as early as 2026. The picture here shows Mars Ice Mapper, a proposed mission that NASA will cooperate with Canada, Italy, and Japan. NASA ExoMars Sample Return Mission is a proposed Mars sample return mission to collect Martian rock and soil samples in 43 small cylindrical pencil-sized titanium tubes and return them to Earth around the year 2033. The NASA ESA plan is to return samples using 3 missions: a sample collection mission, Perseverance, a sample retrieval mission, sample retrieval lander and Mars ascent vehicle, and sample transfer arm and 2 engineers-class helicopters, and the return mission. The picture here shows illustration of Mars sample return program. Mars MetNet is another future mission that is being planned. Mars MetNet is a planned atmospheric science mission to Mars, initiated by the Finnish Meteorological Institute and under development by Finland, Russia, and Spain. The objective is to establish a widespread surface observation network of Mars so as to investigate the planet's atmospheric structure, physics, and meteorology. The bulk of the mission consists of at least 16 MetNet impact landers deployed over the Martian surface. MetNet landing concept is shown in this picture. Next Mars Orbiter, which is also known as Mars 2022 Orbiter, is a proposed NASA Mars communication satellite with high-resolution imaging payload and 2 solar electric ion thrusters. The orbital mission is one of 3 missions of the proposed Mars sample return. Samples will be collected and cached by the Mars 2020 mission and will be left on the surface of Mars for possible later retrieval. The picture here shows sample return concept of the Mars ascent vehicle. The orbital of the next Mars orbital mission will be launched on a medium-class vehicle reaching Mars in about 9 months and set to aerobrake down to a 500-kilometer circular orbit over 6 to 9 months. The third mission, which is reversed as the lander, would nominally be launched 2 years after the orbital launch. The lander would deploy a fetch rover to retrieve the sample caches. The picture here shows Mars 2022 orbital. Psyche is a planned orbital mission to explore the origin of planetary cores by studying the metallic asteroid of the same name. 16 Psyche is the heaviest known M-type asteroid and was once thought to be the exposed iron core of a protoplanet. Radar observations of the asteroid from Earth indicate an iron-nickel composition. The picture here shows an illustration of NASA's Psyche spacecraft. Martian Moon's exploration. The MMS is a robotic space probe set for launch in 2024 to bring back the first samples from Mars' largest moon Phobos. MMS will land and collect samples from Phobos once or twice, along with conducting Deimos flyby observations and monitoring Mars climate. MMS mission objective is to provide key information to help determine whether the Martian moons are captured asteroids or the result of a larger body hitting Mars. The picture here shows artist's concept of Japan's Mars moon exploration. Mars Orbital Mission 2 is India's second interplanetary mission planned by the Indian Space Research Organization. The orbital will use aerobraking to lower its initial apoapsis and enter into an orbit more suitable for observations. MMS mission composition. The ISRO plans to launch the mission by 2024, and the mission will include a hyperspectral camera, a high-resolution panchromatic camera, and a radar to understand early Martian crust, recent basalts, and Buddha Falls. The picture here shows illustration of Mars orbital mission spacecraft. Tianwen-3 Tianwen-2 is a planned Chinese asteroid sample return and comet exploration mission that is currently under development. It is planned to be launched around 2025 and will use solar electric propulsion to explore the co-orbital near-Earth asteroid Kamo-Aleva and the main-bed comet. Tianwen-3 is a Mars sample return mission to be launched in late 2028 with a lander and ascent vehicle. The picture here shows a survey taken by China's Mars rover during the Tianwen-1 missions. Deimos and Phobos Interior Explorer is another future mission. It's an European mission concept to use a dedicated orbiter to explore the two moons of Mars, Phobos and Deimos. The mission concept was proposed in 2016 to the European Space Agency's Cosmic Fusion program. DePhine mission was proposed to explore the origin and the evolution of two Martian satellites by focusing on their interior structures and diversity. Asteroid Phobos and Deimos are shown in this picture. Tera-hertz Explorer TEREX-1 is a planned orbital and lander that will be carrying a Tera-hertz sensor to the surface of Mars to measure the oxygen isotope ratios of various molecules in the Martian atmosphere. The objective of the mission is to understand the chain of chemical reactions that resupply the atmosphere with carbon dioxide. Mars Sample Return Program is shown in this picture. Exobiology on Mars Future Mission. ExoMars mission is an astrobiology program of the European Space Agency. The goals of ExoMars are to search for signs of past life on Mars, investigate how the Martian water and geochemical environment varies, investigate atmospheric trace gases and their sources, and by doing so demonstrate the technologies for a future Mars sample return mission. The first part of the program is a mission launched in 2016 that placed the trace gas orbital into Mars orbit. The picture here shows ExoMars rover. Starship Demo and Crew missions. Starship is a super heavy lift space vehicle under development by SpaceX. At 120 meters in height and with a lift-off mass of about 5,000 metric tons, Starship is the largest and most powerful rocket ever flown. The Starship Mars Demo and Crew missions are being planned for the future. The picture here shows artist's concept of the Starship at stage separation. Melos rover. Melos is a Japanese rover mission concept under study for an engineering demonstration of precision landing and to look for possible biosignatures on Mars using a rover. The scientific objectives of the mission include meteorology, geology, and astrobiology. The picture here shows NASA's Curiosity rover. South Revolution mission. South Revolution mission is a mission that is being designed by Satrev SA, which is a Polish company. The company was listed in NASA's state-of-the-art small spacecraft technology. Virgin Orbit considered launching satellites from Satrev on its planned mission to Mars. Virgin Orbit Launcher 1 is shown in this picture. Icebreaker Live mission. Icebreaker Live is a Mars lander mission concept. The mission involves a stationary lander that will be a near copy of the successful 2008 Phoenix and InSight spacecraft. The science goals for Icebreaker Live focus on sampling ice-cemented ground for its potential to preserve and protect biomolecules or biosignatures. Artist's concept of the Phoenix Mars lander is shown in this picture. Mars Grunt Future Mission. It's a robotic spacecraft sample return mission proposed to be sent to Mars in mid-2020s. If the technology being developed for lunar probe to the Moon and Phobos Grunt 2 to Mars moon is proved successful, it will be used on Mars ground. The picture here shows ground probe with the upper stage frigate ESCAPADE. For more information, contact Astronautics for Exploit. You've been watching and listening to Mars Missions in the Future. Missions to Unlock Mars Abundant Natural Resources, presented by Dr. Ayoshola Ogundele, with the focus points, Mars future missions, and list of future Mars missions. Thank you.